Hello, and welcome to our podcast on maternal health and wellness. I'm your host, and today we're going to explore one of the most important topics for expecting parents, nutrition during pregnancy. Whether you're pregnant, planning to conceive, or simply supporting someone on their journey, understanding how to nourish yourself and your growing baby is vital. In this episode, we'll cover why eating well matters, how much extra food you actually need, essential macro and micronutrients, foods to avoid, and tips for planning satisfying meals. We'll also dispel common myths and remind you that every pregnancy is unique. Always consult your own healthcare provider for personalized advice. Why nutrition matters. Pregnancy places new demands on your body. You're building extra blood supply, supporting the growth of the placenta and fetus, and preparing for breastfeeding. Good nutrition helps meet these demands and reduces risks of complications. An old saying suggests you're eating for two, but that doesn't mean doubling your calorie intake. Instead, think of it as eating twice as healthy. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, ACOG, notes that for a single pregnancy you need about 340 extra calories per day starting in the second trimester and slightly more in the third trimester. That's roughly the energy contained in a glass of skim milk and half a sandwich. If you're carrying twins or triplets, caloric needs are higher, so work with your provider. How much weight to gain depends on your pre-pregnancy body mass index, BMI. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, summarizes the Institute of Medicine guidelines. Underweight, BMI less than 18.5 gain 28 to 40 pounds. Normal weight, BMI 18.5 to 24.9 gain 25 to 35 pounds. Overweight, BMI 25.0 to 29.9 gain 15 to 25 pounds. Obese, BMI 30.0 to 39.9 gain 11 to 20 pounds. These ranges apply to singleton pregnancies. Those expecting twins have higher targets. Weight gain outside these ranges is associated with a higher risk of complications for parent and baby. Remember that most people don't need extra calories in the first trimester. Focus on nutrient quality rather than quantity. Protein is crucial for building fetal tissue, the placenta, and maternal organs. The Mayo Clinic recommends about 71 grams of protein per day during pregnancy. Good sources include lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, legumes, nuts and seeds. For example, a cup of low-fat cottage cheese contains around 28 g of protein, and a 3 ounces, 85 g, serving of grilled chicken breast provides about 26 g. Carbohydrates supply energy for the pregnant person and the developing fetus. Choose complex carbohydrates such as whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. These foods provide fiber, which helps prevent constipation, a common pregnancy complaint. Aim for at least 25 to 30 g of dietary fiber daily. Examples include oats, brown rice, quinoa, fresh fruits, leafy greens, beans, and lentils. Avoid refined sugars and white flour products, which offer calories without nutrients. Fats are necessary for brain and eye development in the fetus and help you absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Focus on unsaturated fats from foods like avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish such as salmon. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, are important for fetal brain development. ACOG suggests eating 2 or 3 4 servings of fish or shellfish per week. Opt for low-mercury fish, e.g., salmon, sardines, cod, tilapia, shrimp, 10, and avoid species high in mercury such as big-eye tuna, king mackerel, marlin, orange roughy, swordfish, shark, and tilefish. During pregnancy, requirements for many vitamins and minerals rise. A prenatal multivitamin is a safety net, but no pill can substitute for a balanced diet. Here are key nutrients to focus on. Folate, vitamin B9, helps prevent neural tube defects in the brain and spine. The Institute of Medicine increased the recommended dietary allowance, RDA, from 400 micrograms of dietary folate equivalents, DFE, per day for non-pregnant women to 600 micrograms, DFE, per day during pregnancy. ACOG notes that getting this much folic acid from food alone is difficult, so prenatal vitamins with at least 400 micrograms of folic acid should be taken starting at least 1 month before conception and during the first 12 weeks, 13. Women with a previous child affected by a neural tube defect may need higher doses. Speak with your provider. Foods rich in folate include fortified cereals, enriched bread and pasta, dark green leafy vegetables, beans, lentils, and orange juice. Iron supports the increased maternal blood volume and helps deliver oxygen to your fetus. The RDA for iron rises from 18 milligrams for non-pregnant adults to 27 milligrams per day during pregnancy. Prenatal vitamins generally supply this amount. ACOG advises eating iron-rich foods such as beans, lentils, enriched cereals, red meat, turkey, liver, shrimp, and pairing them with vitamin C-rich foods like oranges, strawberries, broccoli, or peppers to boost absorption. Avoid taking iron supplements with calcium-fortified foods because calcium can inhibit iron absorption. Calcium builds fetal bones and teeth and supports maternal bone health. Adults aged 19 and older need 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily during pregnancy, while pregnant teenagers need 1,300 milligrams. 21. Dairy products, milk, yogurt, cheese, offer highly bioavailable calcium, but non-dairy sources include broccoli, kale, fortified plant milks, fortified cereals, almonds, sesame seeds, and fish with edible bones. Vitamin D works with calcium to build bones. The RDA is 600 IU, international units, per day. Good sources include fatty fish, fortified milk and breakfast cereal, egg yolks, and safe sun exposure. Vitamin B6 helps form red blood cells and supports metabolism. Pregnant individuals need 1.9 milligrams of B6 per day. Sources include beef, liver, pork, ham, whole grain cereals, and bananas. Vitamin B12 is essential for the nervous system and red blood cell formation. The RDA during pregnancy is 2.6 micrograms. It's primarily found in animal products, meat, fish, poultry, milk. Vegetarians and vegans should take a B12 supplement. Choline supports fetal brain and spinal cord development. Experts recommend 450 milligrams per day during pregnancy. Foods rich in choline include chicken, beef, eggs, milk, soy products, and peanuts. Most prenatal vitamins lack choline, so be sure to include dietary sources. Omega-3s, particularly DHA, contribute to fetal brain and eye development. Consume 8 to 12 ounces of low-mercury seafood weekly and include plant sources like flaxseed, walnuts, broccoli, cantaloupe, kidney beans, spinach, and cauliflower. Vitamin C aids iron absorption and supports the immune system. Pregnant people aged 19 to 50 should get 85 milligrams per day. Citrus fruits, strawberries, broccoli, peppers, and tomatoes are excellent sources. Iodine is vital for thyroid function and fetal brain development. Pregnant individuals need 220 micrograms daily. Use iodized salt and consume dairy, seafood, eggs, and some breads. Too much iodine can also be harmful, so don't take extra supplements unless recommended. Vitamin A supports fetal growth, vision, and immune function. The RDA is 770 micrograms for adults. Carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and fortified dairy products are good sources. Beware of excessive vitamin A from animal sources, retinol, and supplements. High doses may cause birth defects. Adequate fluid intake prevents dehydration and helps maintain amniotic fluid volume. ACOG advises drinking 8 to 12 cups of water a day during pregnancy. Carry a reusable water bottle and sip throughout the day rather than waiting until you're thirsty. To protect yourself and your baby, there are several foods and substances you should limit or avoid. As mentioned, large predatory fish accumulate mercury, which can harm the developing nervous system. Avoid big-eye tuna, king mackerel, marlin, orange roughy, swordfish, shark, and tilefish. Opt for low-mercury species and limit white albacore, tuna to 6 ounces per week. Raw fish and shellfish may contain bacteria or viruses. Avoid sushi, sashimi, ceviche, raw oysters, scallops, clams, and uncooked refrigerated seafood labeled Nova Style, lox, kippered, or smoked. Only consume smoked seafood if it's cooked in a dish or canned. Cook fish to an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit 63 degrees Celsius, and ensure shellfish open during cooking. Cook meat and poultry thoroughly using a food thermometer. Heat hot dogs and lunch meats until steaming, or avoid them entirely to reduce the risk of listeria. Cook eggs until yolks and whites are firm, and avoid foods made with raw eggs, e.g., homemade Caesar dressing, moose eggnog. Avoid unpasteurized milk, soft cheeses, brie, feta, blue cheese, and juice, which can harbor harmful bacteria. Only choose products clearly labeled as pasteurized. Wash all fruits and vegetables under running water and scrub firm produce with a brush. Avoid raw sprouts, alfalfa, clover, radish, mung bean, which may contain bacteria. Cook them thoroughly if you choose to eat them. Caffeine crosses the placenta, but its effects on fetal development are uncertain. Many providers recommend limiting caffeine to less than 200 milligrams per day, roughly the amount in 2 small cups of coffee. Remember that tea, cola, energy drinks, and chocolate also contain caffeine. Avoid herbal teas and supplements unless your provider approves. Some herbs can be harmful during pregnancy, and safety data are limited. No amount of alcohol has been proven safe during pregnancy. Drinking increases the risk of miscarriage, stillbirth, and fetal alcohol syndrome. Tobacco and nicotine products should also be avoided because they increase the risk of premature birth, low birth weight, and other complications. Food cravings and aversions are common. It's generally safe to indulge cravings in moderation if they align with healthy guidelines. If you crave non-food items, pica, like dirt or ice, or if you can't tolerate essential foods, consult your provider, as these may signal nutrient deficiencies. Tips for planning balanced meals. 1. Follow the MyPlate guide. Use the U.S. Department of Agriculture's MyPlate planner to see how much of each food group you should eat at your stage of pregnancy. Aim for half your plate to be fruits and vegetables, 1/4 whole grains, and 1/4 lean protein, with a serving of dairy or fortified alternative. 2. Include snacks. Regular small meals and snacks help maintain energy levels and manage nausea. Pair protein with complex carbohydrates. Try apple slices with peanut butter, yogurt with berries, or hummus with whole grain pita. 3. Prioritize variety. Eating different foods increases the chance of getting all the nutrients you and your baby need. Rotate types of fruits, vegetables, grains, and proteins. 4. Use prenatal vitamins wisely. Take only the recommended dose. More is not better. Excessive amounts of certain vitamins, such as vitamin A, can cause harm. 5. Stay active. Unless contraindicated, engage in 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity each week. Physical activity helps manage weight gain, improves mood and sleep, and prepares your body for labor. Always consult your provider before starting or continuing exercise. Debunking common myths. Eat for 2. As we discussed, you only need modest extra calories in later trimesters. Focus on nutrient quality rather than quantity. Avoid all fish. Fish provides omega-3s and lean protein. You should eat 2 to 3 servings of low-mercury fish weekly. Only high-mercury species should be avoided. Herbal supplements are natural and therefore safe. Natural doesn't always mean safe in pregnancy. Consult your provider before taking any herbal products. Pregnant people shouldn't exercise. Moderate exercise is healthy and safe for most pregnancies. Avoid contact sports and activities with a high risk of falling, and listen to your body. Every pregnancy is unique. The information provided today is based on guidelines from reputable sources including ACOG, the CDC, and the Mayo Clinic. Use this as a general roadmap, but always discuss your individual needs with your healthcare provider. Adequate nutrition not only supports your baby's growth, but also helps you feel your best during pregnancy and beyond. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast on nutrition during pregnancy. If you found this helpful, please share it with friends and family, and subscribe for more episodes on maternal and child health. Until next time, take care and nourish yourself. You're doing an amazing job.